Put a crisp $100 bill on a modern photocopier, close the lid, and press start. The machine will simply refuse. No jam, no error code. It recognizes money, and somewhere inside, a hidden rule says this document must never be copied. In 2002, a computer scientist at Cambridge University discovered why, almost by accident, while copying a British 20-pound note. His name was Markus Kuhn. The office Xerox rejected the note, and Kuhn wanted to know exactly what it had seen. He magnified the note and found a pattern hiding in plain sight. 5 tiny circles, scattered like an unfamiliar constellation of stars. The same 5 circles appeared on euros, on pounds, on yen, disguised as flowers, music notes, or harmless background decoration. Kuhn named it the Urian constellation, after the constellation Orion it resembles. Central banks had never announced it existed at all. Since the mid-1990s, most major currencies have quietly carried it. Your wallet is full of secret geometry right now. Fold the note, crumple it, copy it at an angle. The detector still finds those circles in a fraction of a second. But here is the strange part. The circles Kuhn found are only the first tripwire. The real system lies much deeper. Open Photoshop and try to load a photograph of almost any modern banknote. The software stops you before the image even appears. Instead, you get a warning and a polite pointer to a website called rulesforuse.org. Photoshop knows money too. Photoshop ignores the circles. It is running something far more secretive, called the Counterfeit Deterrent System, CDS for short. CDS was commissioned by the Central Bank Counterfeit Deterrence Group, a committee of dozens of the world's central banks. It was built by Digimarc, a company that specializes in hiding invisible digital watermarks inside ordinary-looking images. Somewhere in every recent banknotes artwork sits a buried signal no human eye can find. Nobody outside has cracked how it works. The code is so guarded that even Adobe never sees the source. It arrives as a sealed black box, and Photoshop simply obeys. Researchers have crumpled, rotated, and recolored notes to fool it. The detector keeps winning. Its secret has held for over 20 years. So the copier refuses, and the software refuses. But determined counterfeiters just buy older machines or write their own tool. Which raises the obvious question: if someone actually prints fake money, what happens then? The answer is hiding in yellow. Please create page speed. Print any page on a color laser printer and look closely with a blue light and a magnifying glass. Tiny yellow dots everywhere. Each dot is about 1/10 of a millimeter wide, nearly invisible on white paper, sprayed across every single page you print. They are not dirt. They are a message. The dots encode your printer's serial number, plus the date and time of printing. Xerox and Canon developed this machine identification code back in the mid-1980s, decades before anyone outside noticed it existed. That means every counterfeit bill from a color laser printer carries a confession: which machine printed it, and exactly when. The public only learned in 2004, when Dutch investigators used the dots to hunt counterfeiters using a Canon printer. A year later, the Electronic Frontier Foundation decoded Xerox's pattern completely, a grid of dots, readable like a barcode. The dots have caught more than counterfeiters. In 2017, a leaked NSA document was published by journalists. Published scan still carried its yellow dots. Investigators could read where and when it was printed. The leaker, reality winner, was arrested. So the machines watch the money, and the machines watch you. But the note itself carries the oldest defenses of all. Hold a $100 bill. That texture you feel is intaglio printing. Ink pressed so hard it stands up in ridges. A photocopy is perfectly flat. Your fingertips can catch a fake before your eyes do. Cashiers are trained to feel first. The paper is wrong too. Dollar bills are not paper at all, but a blend of 75% cotton, 25% linen. That is why a bill survives your washing machine while a shopping receipt dissolves. Real printer paper feels thin and lifeless beside it through these votes. Tilt the note and the copper ink of the numeral shifts to green. Color-shifting ink requires specialized presses counterfeiters cannot buy. Hold it to the light and a ghostly second portrait appears. A watermark, embedded in the fibers when the paper was made. A thin security thread glows under ultraviolet light, and a 3D ribbon makes tiny bells dance as you tilt the note. None of this survives a photocopier. A copier reproduces the picture of money, but every physical layer dies in the copy. Layer on layer on layer, each one cheap to check, brutally expensive to fake. That is the entire philosophy of currency design, and we know the philosophy works because the best funded counterfeiting operation in history threw everything at it and still lost. 1942, Nazi Germany launches Operation Bernhard, a secret plan to shatter Britain's economy by flooding it with fake pounds. Inside Sachsenhausen concentration camp, the SS assembled about 140 prisoners, printers, engravers, bankers, and convicted forgers. These men were forced to counterfeit British notes with German industrial precision, and their lives depended entirely on the quality. They studied the British notes and found roughly 150 separate security marks hiding in the engraving. They matched the paper, they aged the notes by hand, and they cracked the serial number sequences the Bank of England used. By 1945, they had printed roughly 70 million notes, worth over 100 million pounds, billions in today's money. The Bank of England itself later admitted the forgeries were indistinguishable to the eye from genuine notes. The plan was working, and yet Britain's economy never collapsed. At the war's end, collapsed. At the war's end, most of the fake notes were dumped into Austria's Lake Toplet. Years later, examiners cataloged 28 tiny differences between the fakes and the genuine article. Most people would never spot one. The most famous flaw sat in Britannia's vignette. One tiny leaf bulb the prisoners never once managed to replicate perfectly. 150 marks studied, and still a single leaf gave them away. That is what defense in depth means. The Bank of England took no chances. It withdrew every note above £5 and rebuilt its currency with new defenses. So who is winning today? In 2006, the Treasury estimated 1 in every 10,000 notes was fake. By 2025, the Federal Reserve put it at roughly 1 in 40,000, and likely 1 in 80,000. Against all the genuine currency in circulation, counterfeits total maybe $15 to $30 million, a rounding error. Your odds of ever holding a fake are close to zero, and the fakes that exist are mostly caught within days. The war never actually ends. Printers improve, and so do the invisible signals buried in the next generation of notes. But the design principle has already won. Make every copy detectable somewhere, by a machine, a fingertip, or a single leaf. The next time a copier refuses your banknote, remember, it just read a secret message written for machines, not for you. Money's real trick is defense. Its other trick is growth. And next time, why compound interest fails almost everyone who counts on it.